Hey guys. Hey guys. Sorry about that. This is David Sebastian, coordinator of Mentoring Arts Programming with Wayside. I am back with you once again to do some more artwork. Today we are still working on our Western leather Jonah Hex, who is a dark DC character, who's a cowboy. And we've been working on it now. This is our 8th session. So that'd be at the end of today, 16 hours have we worked on it. It's coming along, nothing crazy. I want to show you guys where we have gone so far. This was the first piece, that was the first. Actually, let's try that again, because that is not so much the first one. This one was the sketch in Procreate. Right, so I created this one in Procreate and decided that this was the painting I was going to use. So next we transferred that painting to the back of a leather jacket. This particular one is Excelsior leather size 50. I found on Facebook Marketplace. So then our second week we got through here, bringing in some skin tones and some color. A little bit more definition using paint markers. And then the third week, we're here. I like it here a lot. I think this is a great moment in the painting. But there was more to do. And this is where we are starting today. There's our live work right here. Sorry about this flash. I completely hate the fact that leather reflects like that. It's a pain. Wonder which one's making it reflect more. Doesn't seem to matter a whole heck of a lot. I think leather is just reflective, and we're just going to have to deal with that, I guess. Trying some other lighting and stuff, but I haven't been able to get anything that if we... like a sort of a gobo would work. Gonna have to hook that up for next week. Until then, let me tip this one up a little.
Did you start?
Not yet.
I need a charger.
Look it. I don't
need
have
it
one.
more than you.
I don't. All of them have to be plugged in for the live stream. I just saw one behind Maul's bed, and she can't find her pad, so you could use that one.
Matt killed the battery on my bed.
Okay, there's one behind Maul's bed. You could use that one. What's all over you?
What? There's nothing.
Thanks for stopping by.
You're not welcome at all.
Don't I know it? Oh man, sorry about that, you guys. That was my son stopping by. Out to lunch, man. Let's just zone out in the middle of the live stream. That's the kind of stuff that happens with me. Welcome back to my live stream. So like I said, we're going to, this is where we're at with our painting. So we're going to get back into working on it today. I'm hoping today going to do a little bit more of some detail work. I sort of feel like it's dragging a little bit. And there's a little bit of information I want to make sure we put back that got lost in the refinement and the airbrushing process. We're not finished with airbrushing. I feel like there's still some work that could be done. Definitely some more darkness. The coat he's wearing is blue. I want to add some more to give the highlight, which would be the top of his sleeve here. Still a little bit more color and some distribution of folds and lighting a little bit. Again, this sketch is from Gabe Leonard, a totally brilliant artist. You can find him at Gabe Leonard on Facebook, or I think it's gabeleonard.com. Also, brilliant guy, really and cinematic artist is what they call him, and man, I wish I could get a title like that. But he is exceptionally talented, and this was a great pose that I really, really liked. And so I decided that this is the one that I would use. So thank you, Mr. Leonard. I hope it doesn't, I hope you're not angry. Seriously. In any case, we're going to kind of get right into it, but I just wanted to tell you guys real quick about the programs. My program, Greenhouse Graphics, was created by a partnership between Wayside Youth and Family, which is a human service agency in Framingham, and the Department of Mental Health, to help create arts programming as an opportunity for young adults to share their artistic expression with the people in their community. One of the interesting quotes I've always heard is that we're recording history by the hands that don't normally are not normally tasked with that. So it isn't writers and politicians and scientists, it's young adults, it's all of us. All of our experiences are relevant. So that's a cool thing, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much it about me. I hope to be back working directly with young adults soon. None of us really know when that's going to be. So right now we're together in this. I am here on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Oops. And today I'm supposed to be on Facebook, but I'm with you guys. So we're trying to do a live stream every day. I'm trying to do a live stream every day. I've been doing pretty good with that. I am normally on Facebook on Wednesdays and Fridays and YouTube Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Today is the day before Thanksgiving, as you guys know if you're watching this live. And I am clearly out of it. Because I'm having a little trouble paying attention, I'm afraid. You know how that goes. All right, well, I think that we should get to work because all I'm doing is rambling on. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'm super excited if you've had a chance to come and hang out with me or look at any of my stuff that's been going on. I don't know how many videos there have been, but quite a bit. So anyone who's been checking them out, thanks a lot. Today we're going to continue working on the leather, and I'm hoping that we'll get pretty close to transitioning from the airbrush to just markers. That adds a lot of the detail and gets is one of my favorite parts of the process. You know what I mean? So here is our piece. I'm going to leave us zoomed out here for a few so that you guys can see sort of where I'm working. I think the first thing I'm going to do is the hammer of the gun disappeared somehow. So I want to put that back. And I'm going to use regular, I guess I'm going to use the Old Bone white that we've been using. I am going to use some regular white today, but right now I'm going to go ahead and keep using the Old Bone, which has been doing really, really good. The whole layout for this piece was done in Old Bone, and I think that it was pretty successful. I have this airbrush that I just repaired, so I'm going to try it out. It's going to be a hard competition against the Eclipse because, like I said yesterday, if anybody was with me, whoops, that's my backup hose. Right now, this Eclipse is easily my favorite airbrush. All right. But this guy's pretty nice too. This is a Grex, obviously, trigger airbrush. It's different, it's a lot different. It is a double action. I get that a lot. Is probably the most common question with this tool is it double action? Because there's only one lever. Well, there's only one lever in a regular airbrush too. You're just doing two activities with it. This particular one is the same as an airbrush in that if you bring it back here, it's just air. And then your needle starts to move as you pass that. You can feel the break in there. It's pretty cool. I like it. So yesterday we started an idea of using a lot more reducer. And that worked out really, really well. So we're going to do that again. Also got a container of water. Move that. I need it, but don't right now. Right. We picked up I created a container of water here. With a little feed in there. Good to always make sure your airbrush is spitting, which it absolutely is. I've been airbrushing for probably 10 years, and I just figured out how to clean them yesterday. There's people sneaking around my house all the time. Got to keep an eye out for them. All right, that is pretty much it for the water that we put in there. We're going to use Old Bone White, like I said, which is somewhere around here. There we go. Want to always shake this stuff real good. I am using an Iwata airbrush stand because they're actually the only company that makes one that the Grex fits on. Maybe Grex should make one. All right, that seems like it might be enough shaking. I am not using much here because all we're doing is the hammer on the gun. 2, 3. That is really not much. All right, there we go. Been using this, it's called High Performance Reducer that Createx makes. All right. One thing I haven't found that's any good is a little stirrer. I always mix my airbrush paint with air. Do occasionally tattoo my finger. But not as often as you'd think. All right. So we're just going to do this gun thing first. So I'm going to put some light on it, even though I know it flashes everything else out. So the most complicated part of right here was figuring out how you could get your gun to sit back in the same place that it was before. And that is extremely difficult. Also, we learned yesterday that you can't put tape on top of the airbrush because it peels it off. All we really need to do is to be able to get that the hammer, and that's it. Let's grab a block here. Loud noise. Sorry about that, guys. So we need to block everything over there except what we're spraying. And could probably do the same. Let's use that paper towel over here. I always want to mask like every possible place. It wouldn't surprise me if it got anywhere airbrush has ever gotten. It's never surprised me because it's aerosol, right? So it just gets everywhere. That's just probably it's positive and the negative. Overspray for me is probably the bane of my existence, but it is also what airbrush does that's cool. Like if it wasn't spraying out like this, it wouldn't be able to make the artwork we're making with it. So it's a necessary evil, though an inconvenient one. Looks pretty good. I know this is not going to be easy to see at all. Other thing you got to watch out for is making a really hard line using the edge of the board, which we kind of did Anyway. Yeah, I wish that had worked out a little better. Let's take a look at what happened with the stencil and stuff. Looks like we got the bottom part of it, but not so much the top. Or maybe it just isn't where it isn't far enough back to make sense. Alright. I think we'll try that again right there. Oops. This one's a little detail shot. See how that worked out. A little better. Alright. Keep my stencils over here against the wall. Okay. There's that. Luckily we have the old bone weight. What was I gonna say? The old bone weight marker, and we can try to fix it. One sec, you guys. Alright. So that's really what I was hoping for that to look like. Same deal with this one down here. I wonder if the small gun airbrushing would work. Alright. This was the stencil we used for this smaller gun. This one, the bottom was a little bit more open, so it actually makes it a little bit easier to line up. There's our screw there. If I remember, I think the screw was in the wrong place. So, alright, I think that's pretty good. Just use this since there's a lot of other plastic here. Just hope I can hit it without hitting the other parts. Whoop! That was too much. Looks like I was to the side at least. Paper towel, get rid of that real quick. Alright, let's see how that worked out. The exception of spilling paint all over the stencil. Alright, I think we're gonna move these things away again. I'll just try to work on the back here. Okay, so kind of messing around, you know, here and there, figuring out what to do. This is his, the shirt he has under his coat, which I want to be a white shirt, but I also want it hanging down a bit like his sleeve of the coat. Also gonna go in and darken that up a little bit for the shadows. I will probably do that maybe with the airbrush. I'm not totally sure. Let's see. No. Just got to get a reference for the gun up here. Yikes, that's not what I wanted. Folder. All right. There we go. Got to make sure I got my all of my references. All right, there we go. Oh, come on, stupid thing. There we go. All right, so we totally have to start beefing up the handles and stuff like that. We've got to bring in some more different colors. Yeah. The weapon that I'm using is a Colt Dragon. It's really, really tough looking gun. I'm really basing it on that gun as some subtle changes, you know. This is what I think of when I think of Roland, the gunslinger, which I'm trying to channel through Jonah Hex. So don't judge me. I always think that's the right thing to say, you know what I mean? So one of the things we're going to have to do is create some straight lines down the barrel. You know, this particular one, I feel like they'll just be the highlight down the top, you know, that'll give it the lighting, because everything else should be in the dark. So we're going to just hit the top a little. Okay, little adjustment there. Let that dry for a sec so we don't smear it. Get a little closer for you guys. Can't do much because the angle here. Oh, hold on a sec. Hmm. Alright, looks good. Really need all of these lines to be wicked straight, but I'm worried about the edge of the ruler getting having paint on it, or the paint here not being dry enough, which is a super predictable thing that's going to happen. Keep our giant correction tool nearby. Okay. So like I said, right down, pretty much down the top of the gun. So this should be, nope, this should be dry, but it isn't. This end seemed like it was alright though. Oh yeah, that's too bright too. Alright. I have a lot of these white markers that are not working. There's something to pump it on. These are the past kind of hard to figure out if they're working sometimes or not, or if there's paint in them. If you shake a multi, you know if there's paint in there or not, because it either works or it doesn't. Alright, we're going to try this one for our next straight section. Okay. It is hard to see, man. It is hard to see. And having a home studio, lighting is so important. That wasn't bad. That line's not bad. Ow! Alright. Alright. Like I said, I think that the only lighting would be on top and back in this area here. Next thing, we need to use one of our several thousand French curves. If I can pick them up. Sorry, this is so friggin' hard to see. Oh, that was perfect, but it's too big. And of course, the other ones, even though they're similar, are not the same. Nope. How are we gonna do this one? This one's close, but not close enough. I have a few more stencils, but I don't think any of them will do the job. Right. So the barrel of these guns point down towards the front a little bit. It's kind of a cool part of them. It should pretty much line up with the hammer. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright. What I was hoping for was a stencil that would give me this curve right here. You know, a good tight curve around this part of the gun here. But it has to be smaller than that. Let's try our small stencil again. See what it's got for us. Obviously nothing, because I would have used it if I had it. Corner of his eye might work, but it'd be too hard. So I think we gotta freestyle it, which is sucky. I don't want to freestyle it. Put this where it goes. really just using the bottom one for to help me build up the back, because we're going to have to wipe the bottom one out. Really want just the top to get as much light as possible. Although we'll kind of see what what happens, right? So this is the barrel of this thing, and since it's pointing down a bit in his hand, I think that we would see this type of arc on it. Right there. Right. And then it has these like sort of an open chamber on the side. And at the end, right here, this line comes up and clears the top. Okay. Okay. I think still got the white in here. Yep. I think we'll just give a little bit of a highlight right through the middle here. Yeah, starting right about here and going down straight. Yeah, straight down. I'm just looking at my reference here. Like I said, is a Colt Dragon. Really beautiful gun, and I'm not a gun guy at all. We don't want that happening. That's not what we're looking for. Especially not over these lines that are going pretty well. Nope. And maybe my pressure's too high. But we don't have any paint. No, we're good. We're good. Then basically we need the shadow to pick up here. Now what I'm hoping is not to once again stencil a straight line. I'm going to just mess with it a little. I remembered something important. Whoa, look at that. I can actually see. Again. Let's find out what's going on here. Maybe we have too much reducer in there. Oh, it's pretty much no paint in there. That might be it. Whoops. Just put the wrong paint in. That's a problem. Hmm. Sorry, you guys. I know I'm doing real good talking. I'm just trying to figure out how best to do this. And I like that. I think that looks okay. But we're going to darken up the gun probably a lot, because there are some places I don't like as much. We're out of white here. I think white actually worked better than the bone. You know? But maybe the deal is that the bone is our undercolor. And we'll use white to, you know what I mean? An accent color. All right. So now is our friend black. But I'm thinking of making kind of a dark gray. Like a really dark gray. So that it's not just black. Make sure you mix everything really good, right? I'm using airbrush paint, marker paint, which is apparently open for some reason. Extremely messy. I use it because it is, it's permanent once it's on the jacket. It works well with using markers because it is markers. Wow. Huh. Somehow a lot of this paint spilled into the lid, which I'm sure is why the stupid cover is forever glued on. Anytime this kind of stuff happens, you should definitely put your uncovered airbrush down. Since you're working over your artwork. Don't screw around, you know? You don't need to wreck anything. Alright, hold on one second. Alright, so we got that color. I got some... Oh! There ain't anything in that guy. Maybe a little. This does sound like the bearing is stuck inside the bottom. But at least I have more paper towels. So all we need really for this is like a drop or two. Just want it to be kind of a dark gray. Maybe one more. That might be all left in this guy. Oh, and then at the end it comes through with too much. That's why. There we go. Whoa, hold on. Not good. Alright, that looks pretty good. Just make sure we get our white put away. Sorry again, that's the compressor. It's loud as heck. So we're just working on a little bit of gray here. Hopefully this tool will work a little better because we only need it to cover a little tiny bit here. All right. Wait. Cool. So we're going to try to hit this up with just a pretty good coat of gray so that we're kind of transitioning instead of from jacket black to like a hot highlight like this, we're going from gray. Let's just see if I can get the white, the marker white, a little lighter. Just have it pushed down a little to a gray. That's a good way to dry paint when you're working on it. Sorry you guys can't see this as well as I'd like you to. Of course, when we get to the other gun, it'll be the opposite problem. Okay. Okay. Same problem with these foolish dots here. so now that we got some of that gray on there, we're going to kind of go back the other way, even though this is the wrong black to use since it's making a huge mess. It's also good to use up a marker that's causing trouble. Alright. I guess I'm thinking that the cap came off. And it's on now. Because they're pretty much designed not to leak. With this long taper tip on it, you guys see that? I've had it dry more than drip. Ever. But this particular time, it definitely got everywhere. Alright, so same thing I was saying before, now we've added a little black. I just backfill it. Wow, that's really interesting color. It's like a silver. But it's honestly probably just yeah, that's a little bit darker gray, so that we can just add a little working fine. Be careful about overspray. Might have some junk on my needle. Just occurred to me it's probably a good idea to protect the rest of the artwork before we screw that up. Well, that wasn't good. Covered our screw. Very silly. I was liking the way that screw was looking too. Now we're getting some darker gray. I really want even darker gray. All right. That's funny. Nothing came out. Don't really need to do a whole heck of a lot of rinsing since I'm going to go from gray to black. Another really cool thing about marker paint is that it's a much lower viscosity than airbrush paint. And viscosity is what we're messing with when we add reducer. So mostly, don't really have to use much reducer. Still thinking my pressure is too high. Seems to be jumping off the surface. So all we're going to use the this black for. Oh, hi, Maul. Look, you guys, it's Molly. Let's say hi to Maul. Hey, Maul, what's going on?
Hi.
Compressor's going on for a minute, then it'll be off, you know.
I know how to put it on my nose.
Huh?
Not going downstairs yesterday because it turned on.
He told me, yeah, that was funny.
There's a little lever.
It's right there. What?
There's a little lever.
Yeah, turn it off there. That's why I wrote off, because nobody knew which way was off. These are my other airbrush today.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got it figured out now. You guys leaving?
Yes.
That's cool.
Bye-bye, guys.
Say bye, Maul. That's our girl, Molly. She's a good girl.
See you later when you're done. 5:30?
Yeah, give or take.
Okay.
See ya. Everybody's leaving but me. I'm staying with you guys. All right, so this black we're going to use just real sparingly to give the barrels, you know, a little bit more dimension and a little bit more roundness. So I'm hoping I don't totally screw this up. Or that the airbrush doesn't not work with me. Seems to be working. Seems to be working hard, but not quite so much in the world of subtle. Hmm. Okay. Little junk on the tip, as there is. Okay. Oh, damn it. Gotta be careful you don't bend your needle when you take your tip off and drop it on the floor. Alright, you guys, it's totally foolish, but I need 1 sec to find this tip. Of which I'm really excellent at finding things like that. Alright, sorry guys. Alright. Reassemble this airbrush. Since we do have black in here, we can maybe hit this little area I need to repair. All right. Another interesting sloping shape here. Okay. Okay. Clean that up pretty good. Alright, so now we gotta find something that is shaped like those. And I know we need a ruler. I know the other gun I had a problem where those 2 sections were out. Let's see if we can figure out how we can shoot that. Alright. Always a challenge to get it back in where you had it. Hmm. Just a little something over here, so it's just not. Or the whole thing can move on you. if this is going to be worth the hassle, honestly. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit. That was stupid to do this with this screw. Okay. So now, because I'm switching to white, I think I'll just switch to the other airbrush for a sec. And this time, well, actually, marker white wasn't bad. Worked out fine. It's bright, but I think it'll be okay. Sometimes, that's why I was saying it's so unlikely that paint leaked, because it is pretty much impossible to get paint out of these when they don't want to come out. I have a little tool I use to get them open. I believe I thought it was over here. Yep, there it is. So this is just a vinyl puller. Don't need a lot more white, really, just another couple drops. Okay. Okay. I got quick links on these airbrushes, so you can switch hoses quick. Oh, jeez. Immediately. Okay. Oh man, what are you doing, old girl? Okay. So all I want to do here is just add a little bit more. Actually, I didn't get too much of that on it. Just add a little bit more up at the top. So for that, I want to just block everything but the edge of the gun. Of the gun to be the brightest as far as lighting goes. Okay. Okay. Which finger is small enough? a little bit weird. This airbrush, you totally don't have to do this because there's an opening in the back. But the fact that air bubbles are coming out of the front of the airbrush is not a good sign. And the spray is really speckly. That usually means some kind of clogging. Gonna try damn it. Need it to look a little bit more smooth. See, it's like giving me a weird throw. Go in with our gigantic eraser, which I put somewhere over the rainbow. Time. You'll tell. Alright. Alright. Dark gray. I really want even more of the bottom to be gray. Can use the air from the airbrush to dry paint real quick. That works out pretty good. Right. I wanted this line here to be up a little bit. here a little. And the gun seems to be more symmetrically drawn. Designed. Okay. Oh! Dropping stuff. Hold that thought. All right. Okay. All right. Now we got to kind of move in a slightly different direction. Got to pull out a color like a brown. And we're going to throw a little of that into the handle here. Oh no, my dog is outside by himself. So here's the part where we start rubbing and blending. We're going to need a little bit more of like a brown airbrush, I think, for right there. Hold on one sec, guys. Going to let my dog in. Whoa, knocking things over. Got a color I've been wanting to use, which is Decay. Just have to find it real quick. I'm sure it's right here. Let's see, I know I have a marker version. Got you. Ruse. This is one of the only problems with having 500 markers, is that sometimes they just get away from you. Alright, so this is Decay, which is kind of a darker brown. So all I want to do is get some brown here. Is that right? Okay. So with black, just want to dry that a little. Yeah. I know this is specific and really hard to see. I apologize for that. So we're going to add some red into that, just to make it look like rosewood. To be honest with you, I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. But I'm going to give it a shot. Oh, come on, silly thing. There we go. Okay. Okay. Sorry about how foolishly dark this is, you guys. Alright, leave that over there because we don't need it. We're going to have to go back to working on that. Even though I thought I had a really good brown, like a transparent brown. Transparent bright green. There we go. Dark brown. Transparent dark brown. We'll try it in this one. From black to brown doesn't seem like it should be that difficult, right? But you never know. Whoop. That is not going to work without the hose. Definitely one of those complicated airbrush things. So this is, of course, cleaning this airbrush out, which I wish was working a little better. Usually you can watch the level in the airbrush drop really quick. I think there's something going on here. There we go. That's the sound we're looking for. So now we're going to put some of our transparent brown in there. I'm sure entirely too much since I'm only doing this little handle here. And the other one doesn't have a handle. There you go. Okay, move this away. some transparent brown. Just remember which one, how I use this. I'll leave that one there. Softens it up a little. That's good. So I do it up here, but there really isn't anything that needs to be done up there. Really just... Oh, man! Must be getting tired. Keep dropping things. Okay. That looks pretty good. Whoops. That is for the other airbrush. Alright, we are going to hold off on the airbrushes for a few. Take a look at how we did with the gun and where we're going. I use so many markers, I feel like. It's a ridiculous number of markers. I think this gun down here is looking real good. You know, like I like it. Still looks a little too, you know, white and stuff on top, but I think we're going to be able to figure that out. Not with brown or white. We'd have to go with something like black. Alright. Oh, see, that's the kind of stuff you don't want to do, which is to drop your dirty airbrush cover on the surface you're working on. One of the problems I'm having, honestly, is that this is so big, it takes up like half of my area. So it's hard to not rest things on it and stuff if you're if it's only so big. Not good. That's Quick check. Another potentially dangerous moment. All right. There still appears to be paint coming, air coming back the wrong way. Try just one more shot. Make sure this guy's coming out. Still the same, huh? Wow. That's crazy. Well, it looks like we can't be using this guy for the moment. Doesn't seem to want to participate. Best not to pull your needle out while there's paint in your gun, because a lot of times you'll spill, the first shot after doing that. It'll be a messy one. Wow. Got some kind of problem. Doesn't seem to be any clog in there. Ow. Seems like still the same problem. Let's just spray this out and be done with it. Alright. Not gonna work. Gonna have to figure that out. Alright. Make sure everything is on here, on board, instead of me just holding on to it. Okay. Okay. Those are details of the barrel of the gun, a little bit of, there's like some holes in it and stuff. There's like this separation right here. And of course the inside of this piece here. this line that we've just been using. Okay. There's my hand shaking. I always like when that happens. Hmm. Okay. Oh, what to love our friend, Mr. Messy Black. Doesn't seem to be leaking any additional amount. Does seem to be a lot of brown in the airbrush right now, though. This airbrush is cool, you know, like you can shift the, the cup on it shifts around to wherever you want. If you're working straight up and down, you can tip it back like this or whatever you need. I definitely would admit that I mostly work on it at 90, but or maybe 45. Looks somewhere close to black. All right. What I want to do, just take down a little of this stuff. See that? That's when you gotta remember what you're doing. Oh, see? Because dumb things like that can happen. Okay. Okay. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. It really seems to be far out. But it isn't, because otherwise everything just comes right out. Okay. Okay. I don't know, I feel like that looks pretty good. We did lose a little part of this gun here, which I didn't want to lose. This is water and paint, I think. Let's see if we can get... what could we use to bring it back on? This is like trying to get blood out of a stone. Get the impression there's nothing left in here. Let's take a look. Not a thing. Thanks for coming by, old Bone White. He was nice. I liked visiting with him. All I'm putting in there is airbrush cleaner. Let's get get in on his face a little. We don't have a ton of time left today, but I did want to see if I can get some of his, bring back a little of the yuckiness I was trying to get in here. I'm going to use these spots for like some different types of red and stuff. Okay, so now we got some of that in there. We want to look for to use next. Got that beige. Looking for our fearless marker, skin pastel. All right, you guys, I need to go get some more paint and figure out where to go from here. So I want to say thanks to you guys for being a part of my program, and I am excited to have the opportunity to work with you guys. I will be back on Friday. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I will be back on Friday on Facebook, and hopefully we can finish this up because we're definitely getting really, really close. All right, so if you guys want to come back and check me out, please do that 3 to 5 Friday Facebook.